I grew up at a time here in Augusta, Georgia, late 60s, early 70s, where community was everything and it was really all we had. We're building Augusta's first tiny home community for young adults aging out of foster care. I'm an Augusta native, born and raised here. When I grew up here in Augusta, I had several family members that were in orphanages and were in foster care. As early as 17 years old, I kind of determined that I needed to do something about it. We recognized the mental health, the emotional health, the physical health of individuals that come out of foster care is not the best. And so we wanted to make sure that we provide that scaffolding, those supports for that population. I grew up at a time here in Augusta, Georgia, late 60s, early 70s, where community was everything and it was really all we had. The tail end of the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King was just assassinated, Malcolm X, all of our community leaders were assassinated during that time period. You had the end of the Vietnam War. And so I grew up in a neighborhood, Bellmead, Terrace Manor, Glen Hills. Augusta's first African-American mayor lived in that neighborhood. You had politicians, business leaders, educators, lawyers, doctors, nurses, service members living in one neighborhood. And you could literally go from porch to porch to porch and get the same values, get the same, what I call ecosystem of excellence and community of care, whether you were in one side of the neighborhood or the other side of the neighborhood. And that sense of community has always been so important to me because, again, it was merely by proxemics that I became the individuals that I am today. I think that we as a community truly can take care of the community. Any problem that we have here in our city, be it homelessness, be it veteran homelessness, be it poverty, and whatever the case may be, employment, we as a community can get together and solve these problems. If you don't vote, you don't have a voice. That is one of our best means of having a voice in what the future looks like. We always say that the youth are our future. Well, you can determine what that future looks like by getting involved in the process, sitting in those chambers, listening to the problems at hand, and providing solutions based off of your interest. It's vital that we vote and that we have a voice in what the future looks like. When we created the Bridge Builder community, we say we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So that means we work with all the churches, black and white. We work with business leaders, business owners. We work with politicians. We work with civic organizations, not just Richmond County, but Columbia County, because we recognize that it takes a village to create a village, and it takes a community to take care of a community. That's what we really do. We really build bridges to a brighter future and a brighter outcome for everybody. So we've literally gone from desk to desk, office to office, and say, hey, this is the problem. We believe that you have a solution, and we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We'll just allow you to come alongside and join us and to do what you do best for our community. I retired from the Army in April of 2022. From that time to now, we've been working with 18 to 25-year-olds all throughout the city. So it was one young lady who was working 2 jobs. She came here from Texas with the mindset to go into the military. So she went through MEPS and she discovered that she was pregnant. Well, she came to us because she was pregnant from an abusive relationship across the state. She's working 2 different jobs in the area trying to survive and staying in the hotels. When one of our youth advisory board members shared her story with us, we began to pour our resources into her, meaning our relationships that we had with other agencies and organizations to provide mental health counseling, to provide food, to get her better shelter. Unfortunately, this young lady wasn't accustomed to the type of help. She wasn't accustomed to someone coming alongside her, and she opted to walk away from those services. We opened up the doors for her, and we continue to open up those doors, but that's the mental health piece that we talk about. Most of this population is accustomed to chaos. That's something we want to alleviate for our population. I had several family members that were in orphanages and were in foster care right here in Augusta. If you love anybody, if you have any love, any affection and care and concern for anyone, you want to alleviate any pain or any agony they may have. My superpower is to partner with others, and so I wanted to bring those superpowers to bear. In fact, when we talk about superpowers and you say, who's your superhero? I would truly say, Nick Fury in most cases. Though he truly has no superpower, he can bring people together and bring the best out of each one of them. And he knows their strength. And when they all come together, collaborating, they're invincible. And so I truly believe that our city is the same way. When we bring all of our powers to bear and we collaborate to build bridges for a brighter outcome and brighter future, everyone benefits.